Hi everyone, Master Liciaga from Donato Karate Center, and welcome to your Mount Laurel Martial Arts Guy show. This is show number 3, and I'm very excited about today's show because I get to share things that I know about martial arts and also things that I know about parenting. And I'm calling this this show basically the power of two worlds, the power of the martial arts world and the power of being a parent. And I think it's pretty cool. I'm excited about being a martial arts instructor and doing that professionally. Been doing that for almost 20 years now. Of course, if you listened to our last show, I shared a little bit about my martial arts experience. I started when I was 9, so I've been doing martial arts for a while. I'm going to be celebrating my 57th birthday in May. So starting martial arts at 9 and going to be 57. So you're looking at, quite a few years in the martial arts world and doing my thing there. But I'm also a parent, and I have a 17-year-old and a 14-year-old. But I also, and many of you may not know this, but I also have 2 other children from a previous relationship. So I've been a dad for a while. My oldest daughter, she's in her 30s, and she has children. So I'm actually a grandfather. But that's a whole other story for another time. But I'm sure you guys get the idea that I'm a dad, and it's the greatest thing. So I've learned a lot being a dad, making a lot of mistakes, and then taking the mistakes that I've learned and using those mistakes to be a better dad to my 17-year-old and my 14-year-old. So that's pretty awesome. So it's exciting to be a dad and a martial arts instructor. So what I want to do with this show is to share with you what I've learned and how it's helped me, what I learned from martial arts and how that helps me as a parent. And then being a parent, how being a parent has helped me to be a better martial arts instructor. And so just a couple of things before we get started into that. I want to let you guys know I've got my tea here, and I actually have a Echinacea Plus tea. My wife gets these pretty cool teas, and she's, if you don't know, she's a performing artist. She choreographs, also coaches young performing artists. Check her out. I'll put the link on the page here and see the work that she's doing. But she's always makes sure that we have tea that helps the throat, helps the cough, helps chest, and just really healthy tea. So I have Echinacea Plus, and helps to build the immune system. With all that's going on as far as people with colds and upper respiratory infections and this flu thing, I want to make sure that I stay healthy. So I have some tea with a little bit of honey in it. Then I have warm water here. So if I have to put water into my teacup, and I have one of my favorite mugs here. Can you see that? Black Belt Strong. There you go. Do your best, forget the rest. That's my mug. I have that there. And I have my tea, and I'm all ready to go. I've got my notes here, what we're going to chat about. So I want to make sure that you guys spend this time with me, and then we use it wisely. And if I go off on a tangent, please forgive me. This is going to be unedited, unscripted, aside from my notes here. So first things first, make sure that you like my pages. I'm on Instagram, Facebook. I'm even on Twitter, but go to Instagram and Facebook. If you're there, please make sure you follow me, like my pages, and see anything on there that you like. Make sure you make a comment and let me know that you like it. Also, let me know at the end of this show or in the course of this show, if you like it, please give me a thumbs up and let me know you like it. And if you are so kind to let me know what you like about it. And then also, really, this is going to be as equally important is if you don't like the show. Let me know if you don't like the show. Give me a thumbs down or give me a tip. Give me a suggestion how I can improve the show. Oh, it's too long, or you're saying too many ums, or the video is not as clean or clear as it should be, or I don't hear you very clear. Let me know. Or I think you should talk about this. Oh, you talk too much about this. Let me know. I want to know. I want to make sure that this show, being that it's your only Mount Laurel martial arts show, I want to make sure I do the best that I can to give you a great show, and as far as production-wise, audio-wise, content-wise, I just want to make it valuable and fun. But of course, it's going to be real. I'll do the best that I can not to edit it to the point where it's cut away too much. I'll make those choppy, small cut videos later on down the line. But this video right now is going just to go. I'm going to say what's on my mind, on my heart. I'll stick to my notes, but I need your help to let me know how I can stay better on track, okay? I'm wearing my glasses, so I hope you don't mind that. Get the light reflecting in that. All that is good. It's real. I need my glasses to see. I'm not going to wear my contacts. Okay, so other than that, let's talk about this. Two things I want to focus on, and we're going to spring off of that. The first thing, I have it on my notes here, what has martial arts taught me about parenting that helps me as a parent? And then the next thing is going to be, what has parenting taught me about martial arts? How does parenting help me as a martial arts instructor? So the first thing here is martial arts has taught me what it's taught me about parenting, has helped me with parenting. I have a couple of things. I have 5 things. And the first thing on this list is we have what we call an ABCs of self-defense. Our students know about this. If you follow me on YouTube, you followed my, I speak out, I speak to schools, teachers, I go out speaking, and the most popular thing that I've been speaking about recently is the ABCs of self-defense. And my last talk was on how's your A game, focusing on the A of the ABCs of self-defense. So martial arts has helped me become a better parent when I think of the ABCs of self-defense. So let me briefly go over the ABCs. A means awareness. So being aware of a situation before it gets out of hand. So how far does something have to go before you are aware it's gone too far? And then when you realize something, or you are aware that something has gotten a little out of hand, do you panic or do you stay calm? B means to be calm. So you are aware of this situation. You don't panic, you stay calm, tell yourself, be calm. And then the C, communicate with confidence. And that's the A, B's, and C's. So as a parent, martial arts has taught me as a parent to take those ideas, those concepts, awareness, being calm, and communicating with confidence. I've taken that as a parent. So when I'm in a situation or realize something's going on as a parent, whether one of my kids make a bad choice or something's happened to me, there's an accident, I'm aware of it, and then I don't panic. I tell myself to be calm. I breathe. I use my skills that I learned as a martial artist, being stressful in situations, that I'm calm, and then I proceed with the right appropriate action, and I communicate what needs to be communicated. And martial arts has taught me these concepts that I bring over to my everyday life as a parent. So that's one of the things that I've taken from martial arts. There's many things, but I only picked these 5 things. So, and I'm sure I'll think of others as I challenge, because right now I have things coming up in my head right now, but I want to stick to this list. So the next thing is this empathy. One of the things that martial arts has taught me, it helps my parenting, is really to have empathy. And you would think it might be the other way around, but as a parent, I found myself taking being a dad for granted, and just, I'm the dad, do this. But I really did not stop and really question, see, what's going on with my kids? How are they feeling? And really connecting with those feelings, being empathetic. And so martial arts has really helped me with that, because I've been challenged to stop and then have empathy for other people. To seek first to understand before trying to be understood. I have to do the same thing with my kids. I have to see what's going on, be aware of their situation, what's going on in their worlds, and then not see it through my filter, but see it through their eyes. Because what I realized, our children are living in their worlds. Okay, we live in our world, and then they live in their world. They go to school, they go through the course of their day, they're experiencing whatever they're experiencing, and that's their world. Now for us, we're over here, but for us to help our children, for me to help my kids, I have to really be empathetic to what's going on in their world. Seek first to understand what's going on there with them, and then listen, and then move to the right appropriate action. Communicate confidently, assure them, maybe I'll just be that ear so they can vent on, but I have to really empathize with them and understand their feelings and connect with them and help them to see that I do care, that I do want to help them, but I'm first going to seek first to understand. So that's one of the things that I've taken away from martial arts, which has helped me as an instructor on the floor. I do that on the floor. Parent comes to me and says, hey, my child is going through this. I want to listen and empathize with them and understand those feelings as best as possible. Same as when a student comes to me, same thing. And I need to do the same thing as a parent to my own children. Very important. Next thing is the patience. On the training floor, I've learned to really, as a martial arts instructor, be patient when a student comes in. I have a white belt that comes in, doesn't know anything. I have a black belt that's still trying to figure things out. As a black belt level, they've been at it for a couple of years, but doesn't mean they've arrived. And so I need to really be patient with them. Be aware of the situation, don't panic, be calm, communicate confidently, move to the right appropriate action, and then just help guide them along. But I have to be patient, very, very patient. A lot of times I think that things have to get done now. You should get it now. And then I am very impatient. So I need to be patient with my own children. They're not going to get it today. They're not going to get it at my time. They're going to get it when they get it. And I want to be there, being patient with them, letting them see that I'm patient. That helps them to be patient as well as they struggle through their challenges, as they feel like they have to get it, but yet they don't get it. And especially when they do get it, they understand it here, but they're still making the same mistake. And it's frustrating. I know I should be doing this, but I'm still not doing it. The good I know I ought to do, I don't do. And that's frustrating for them. And so I can demonstrate patience and help them see that that's okay. Be patient. You'll get it. You'll get it. So that's another thing that I pulled away from being a martial arts instructor. And the next thing, when I have on my list, hard work. Nothing comes without hard work. As an instructor, a student comes in, no matter what level they are, whether they're a white belt, brand new student, or a black belt going for 4th degree master level, it's going to take hard work, taking it to the next level. It's the hard work that's going to really build you up. It's those challenges and you creating a plan of action to overcome those challenges, but it's going to take hard work. As a martial artist, I understand that. You got to do the push-ups. You got to put in the work. And it's not going to be easy. Okay, matter of fact, I tell the kids, the harder it is, the harder you have to train. So embrace the hard work, embrace the hard. So the same thing as a parent. Martial arts has taught me that. As a parent, it's going to get tough. Matter of fact, it's tough being a parent. But it's the hard work that makes it so valuable. When our children see us, put our hands to the plow and just dig in deep and roll up our sleeves, put our bandana on because we know we're going to be sweating to get in there and work hard. That resonates with them, that they know that you really care for them, that you're willing to put in the work. But it is hard work. And as a martial artist, I put it in as a martial artist. I also put it in as a parent. Hard work. So that's the one thing that I've taken away from martial arts, that as a parent, I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to do the hard work. Next thing on the list that I have, and finally, I'll leave it at there, is getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. In martial arts, you train hard, and the harder you train, the harder it gets. And you actually, as a martial artist, I chase after that. I chase after the hard. I want it harder. I want to get tougher. And so I get with tougher opponents, and I'll roll. If I'm doing jiu-jitsu, I'll roll with someone tougher and faster and younger than me. Or I'll train with someone. I love training with the young guys. They have more go than I do. And I get tired faster than they do. They have this energy that's bouncing all over the place. And I love training in that, even though it's an extreme challenge for me. It makes me very uncomfortable, but it's there that I'll learn how to really manage my mind, manage my emotions, manage my state, so that when I'm uncomfortable, I'm actually comfortable. I can deal with it. And as a parent, taking that idea, that concept, being a parent, working with my children, stuff comes up. You never know. an event happens that, things go bad really fast, gets really uncomfortable. But as a martial artist, I've learned to be aware, not panic, and to move to the right appropriate action, even though it's uncomfortable. So in a sense, I am comfortable being uncomfortable. And martial arts has taught me that, and I take that and use it in a very practical sense as a parent when a situation comes up. Because you parents out there know that it's tough. Our kids are just like we were, just like we are, just going through life as best as possible. And we are going to make mistakes. Sometimes we're going to make the most foolish mistakes. And there are going to be repercussions from that not only going to affect our children, but it's going to affect people in their lives, like us parents. So when things like that do happen, we need to be calm. We need to be comfortable in the uncomfortable. So those are what I took away, just very briefly, as a martial artist that has helped me become a better parent, to be a better parent. And I share that on the floor, and I love it that when parents come to me and ask me for advice, for input, I could stand there and just give them really good, practical information that works for me because I'm doing it. It's real. It's working for me. Now, will it work for everyone? I believe principles, concepts do. Truth is truth. And so I love it that I can share my real experience. It's not theory. These are ideas and concepts that I actually put to use, that I actually practiced and tried, and it works. It has worked for me. And it starts with me making sure I keep my state calm. So me training as a martial artist has helped me to become a better parent so that I can be what I need to be for our children, for my children. And so it's very valuable. So if you're a parent and you don't train in martial arts, I highly recommend you train in martial arts. And I don't care what level of fitness you are, train in martial arts, because you'll start hearing about these principles and concepts. And I'll share here with you in this show as best as possible. But there's nothing like getting on the mats and training and really getting dirty, ready to work hard, putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation so you can get used to it, and learning these principles and concepts, and not in theory, but in practice. It's valuable. And, we tell our children, you can tell me anything, but let me see your actions. And action speaks louder than words. So I love the fact that when I tell my children, give them advice, guidance, direction, a lot of the times, probably 99% of the times, what I tell them to do, I've done. And I can tell them that it's worked for me. So if it's worked for one person, then it's valid. Try it out. See if it'll work out for you. And I love that I can give that kind of advice. Now, next thing here, moving on, what has parenting taught me about martial arts? I love the fact that as a martial arts instructor, and I teach as young as 3 years old. I've taught as young as 2. But in our school, we teach as young as 4 years old, 3.5, 4 years old. We'll always, evaluate the children, see if they're ready. Because truth be told, some kids, even at 8 years old, some adults at 30 years old, because of their ego, are not ready for the martial arts. So it all depends on the individual, no matter what their age. But we have as young as 4 years old, all the way up through 60s and 70s. And I know I'm 56, I'm going to be 57, so I'm one of the oldest that actively training martial artists at our academy at Donato Karate Center. I know Master Dana Feltzer, I believe he's 60, incredible shape, awesome guy, great shape. So I believe currently, he's the oldest actively training martial artist at Donato Karate Center, and he's 60 years old. He's an awesome guy. I love seeing him on the floor. And he's actually, these days, because I'm nursing an injury, he looks great. He's looking better than me. And it's awesome to see at 60. So I have a lot to look forward to as I get ready for my 57th birthday. And looking forward to my 60th, I look at Master Dana Feltzer, who's just an awesome, awesome guy. Okay, so anyway, parenting has helped me be a better martial artist simply because I know the struggle to raise children, at least up through to 17 years old. Now I have a 30-plus-year-old daughter, but I was not part of her life, and that was one of my biggest regrets and mistakes that I made, that I was not actively involved in my first two kids' lives. And my daughter's older, and we're working at fixing that, but I can never go back. But I had a second chance, second opportunity, and I've been very active in both Christian and Alexandra's life. Christian's 14, Alexandra's 17, and I'm there for them. I see them every morning, see them in the afternoons, and I love the fact that I'm there. And I've been a present parent, a dad that's there, and I love that. And so I've learned, at least up through 17 years old. Those of you that have 18 years old and older, I only have theory for you. I don't have any real practical advice, because my daughter is 17. She's the oldest. And so, but I have some practical advice for those of you that have kids that are up through 16, 17 years old, because I can tell you what I've done. If you give me a question or a concern, I can tell you, well, this is what I've done. And I can support you on that. But martial arts, my instruction as a martial artist is so much better because I'm a parent. I know the struggles of a parent, because a parent will come with their child at any age and say, hey, I want to sign up my child to your karate program. We're looking for karate schools and want to try you guys out. One of the first things we ask a parent is really, what would you like your child to get out of our martial arts program? And in that moment, the parent will share with me what they are looking to get out of our martial arts program for their child. Now, I know the children, they want to have fun. The children, they want to be like little ninjas and, karate kids and have fun doing it along the way. But parents, they want all that as well for their kids. They want the kids to have a great time, have a lot of fun. And that's incorporated within our strategy, within our curriculum. But I know the parent wants something specific. A lot of times it has to do with, I want my child to be more focused. I want them to pay attention more. I want them to listen. I want them not to, lose their temper and have some. And some of the kids have anger issues, and I want them to follow direction. So all these things, parents will come. Now, because I'm a parent, I get it, and I have to say the struggle is real. It's real. I understand when you want your 3-year-old, 4-year-old to do something and they don't want to do it and they have a tantrum. I know what that's like. I know what it's like to be in a situation where your child is totally messed up and you've got to discipline them. How do you discipline them? Okay, how do you speak? I know what it's like when a child misbehaves and you get so angry that you are trying to manage your own anger, your own state, your emotions. And while your child is getting emotional, and all of a sudden, I know it's like to have your emotions and their emotions, and it escalates to a point where it's non-productive. It's actually destructive. I know what that's like. And so when a parent comes to us, parenting has helped to be an instructor, so I can say to them, this is what we're going to do. This is what works. This is how I teach, because I understand it. I understand exactly what you're talking about. I can relate to that. I know exactly because I have, kids too. And so I know what it's like. And I'll get to know your child, and then I will help them. And so as a parent, I can help you reach your goals with your children. So parenting has helped my martial arts. So let me give you a couple of things. It's helped me. I have nurturing at the top of that list. As a parent, as a martial arts instructor, parenting has helped me become better at nurturing children, seeing them as children, seeing the value in those children, because these children are, the parents bring their gifts to us. And I get that. Here's my child who I love, I cherish. Okay, help them. And so they want me to nurture them. So parenting has helped me become better at nurturing. And as a dad, as a man, I watched my wife as she nurtures our children. And I've learned a lot from my wife, her compassion, her ability to be patient, to nurture our children. And so as a dad, I've taken that and brought that to the floor. And so parenting has helped me be a better martial artist when it comes to nurturing our students. And next thing is acceptance. As a parent, I've learned to accept my child for who they are, not who I want them to be. As a martial artist, same idea. When a child comes in, when you bring me your child, I will get to know your child and accept them for who they are. Seek first to understand who they are. Now, sometimes parents want me to turn their children into them, or sometimes parents want to live out their mistakes. They have regrets, and they want their children to not make those mistakes. So sometimes parents are living out their own lives through their children. But I want to get to know that child and accept that child for who they are. We have children that excel. They're really quick. They're great. They come on the floor and they get it. Right away they get it. Then we have children that takes them forever to get. Maybe they're uncoordinated, or they maybe have ADD or ADHD, but that's their challenge. My job as an instructor, and this is what I've learned from parenting, is to accept them for who they are and then help them become a better them. So parenting has helped me to do that, and I really see incredible value in that. The next thing, parenting, and I want to go through this, get through this, and this way give you guys the tips. Anywhere along the way in this show here, down in the bottom comment section, if there's a place here you can do that, please give me some things that you've learned as a parent, or if you're a martial arts instructor or a teacher, give me some tips that you've learned also, and how you being a teacher or a martial artist has helped you as a parent and vice versa. I'd love to hear that. Okay, next on the list is simply love. Love. And love and the power, and love and the power of a hug. When I started teaching martial arts, my daughter was just born. When I officially came on board at DKC in 2000, my daughter was born. My first child was born. And prior to that, I had an experience as a dad that I totally messed up on in a previous relationship. And so I really did not know, how to, be a parent. I was a new parent. My daughter was just born. So kids would come in and I had this thing, I needed to keep them away. We only did hugs. Not hugs. We only did our bows. Hello, ma'am. Hello, sir. High fives and all that. Kept kids away. No hugging. No hugging. We're martial artists. No hugging, please. Being very stoic. And that's how I first started. As a parent, I loved my children, hugs all the time. And the value I found in hugging my own children was priceless. When they're upset, when they're having a rough day, a hug makes them feel great. When they're having a great day, a hug makes them feel even better. So the hug out of this heart of love is extremely valuable. So as a parent, I learned that. And then over time, probably over a decade, probably took about 15 years for me to really understand how I can take that and bring it on the training floor and then offer that lesson as a parent to our students as a martial arts instructor. Now, we teach our instructors to keep our distance, be very respectful. We want parents to see that we respect space. There's personal space. We want to make sure our instructors respect that. I want the parents to see that we'll do our high fives, we do our karate bows, we'll do our fist bumps. But I've learned the value of expressing your love. Even if you create that space, you keep that personal space with a smile. A real smile, nice bow, the high five, and how you communicate and how you engage with them. It doesn't necessarily have to be that hug. It could just be the smile, that empathy, understanding. If a child comes in, they had a rough day. You might have had a great day in your world, but their world, they had a rough day. They came from school. Maybe they were bullied. You don't know. Maybe someone said one thing to them that really disrupted their emotions and they're upset about that. And so, I could express my love through empathy, understanding them, and then giving them that high five or that fist bump and a smile on the face. Hey, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for coming in, and you know what? We're going to do the best that we can to make it better. So thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate that. And in recognizing their challenges, accepting their challenges, accepting them and where they are emotionally, and telling them that it's okay, no matter how you're feeling, I'm glad you're here. Parenting has taught me that. And as a martial artist, I do that. And yes, these days, once I get to know a child and I see that the parent, I've gotten a good relationship with the parent by communicating with the parent, and if a child needs that hug and it's appropriate, it's right, that child will get a hug from me and a hug from the mom. More often than not, a child's going through a rough time on the floor. I'll tell the child, hey, you know what, how you feeling? And they tell me they're feeling pretty rough. You know, give me a high five. Tell you what, go run to your mom. Go run to your dad. Go run to your grandmom, granddad. Go run to mom, poppy, and get a hug. Go get a hug real quick. The value of a hug. Parenting has taught me that. Love and the power of a hug. Okay, next on my list is you don't turn it off. And that's parenting. I don't turn it off. Okay, parenting, I'm a parent. I'm not going to turn that off. And I love that. I love the idea that I'm a parent. And same thing as martial arts. I'm a martial artist who's a parent. Okay, whether you see me 3 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm still a martial artist with that martial mindset, disciplined, ready to move to action, to be calm, not panic, and to communicate in a positive and productive way. But I'm also a parent. You know, I want to be nurturing. I want to be caring, empathetic. All these things. Being a martial artist who's a parent, I don't shut it off. It's not a switch I turn on and off. That's who I am. And that's who I am to my own children. And that's who I am to our students. And so I've learned a lot. Again, the power of two worlds, parenting and martial arts. And I've been blessed to be a part of both. And I feel like a superhero because of that. Every day I learn something new about myself with respect to being a martial artist and a parent. And then I share what I know to the world and hoping that I can encourage, inspire, motivate, and maybe even push others to learn more about themselves, to build themselves up, so that by doing that, they know they're building others. We have in our student creed about discipline, you know, I will be disciplined, because the better disciplined that I am, you know, I become better, the people around me become better. If I get stronger, they get stronger because I'm stronger. They see that. And there's a saying that we have that says, you know, a rising tide lifts all boats. And so if I continue to build myself up, those that choose to stay around me, that I put myself around, will also be lifted up. And I love that. I love that. So as a parent, I'm growing, constant, never ending, growing. And as a martial artist, I'm growing. It's never going to stop. And I plan to live to 100. And I'm on day 15,807. That's how many days I have before my 100th birthday. And so I'm going to keep learning. I'm going to keep moving. And this is following the advice of my grandfather, Grandpa John. Okay, and I'm going to share it with you guys as best as possible. So thank you so much for spending this time with me. Hey, I didn't even have a sip of my tea. Let me have that there. Very good. Nice tea. Echinacea, that's very nice. Nice. Coats that throat. Feels good. But thank you for spending this time with me. I hope it was valuable to you. Please let me know that you are enjoying this, and share some comments, some thoughts below. And if you don't like it, please let me know. I need to know. I don't want to be putting stuff out there that people don't like. Now, I'm not going to satisfy everyone. I'm not looking for that. But I do want to hear, if you hear something or something about my show you don't like, I'd like to hear about it, because if I can fix it, if I think I can fix it, make it better, I want to do that. And I can only do that by hearing the critiques. Okay, now, if you love it, I got to tell you, I love the love. Give me a thumbs up, make a comment, positive comment, and I love that. I like the attention, and please give me that attention. And I could almost say that it's like oxygen to me, keeps me pumped up. When somebody gives me a compliment, I'm honest. I love it. If someone gives me a compliment, it pumps me up. It gives me energy to keep going. Not that I need it, because I'll keep going, because there's this part of me that says, you got to give back. This is my way of giving back to those that have poured into me over my life. But I love the compliments. I love the thumbs up. Okay, so please go ahead and do that. And please go ahead, take the time, if you're not doing it already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like me on Facebook if you're there. Follow me on Instagram if you're there. And leave your comments and likes on the stuff that I'm sharing, okay? Once again, Peter Liciaga, Master Instructor of Donato Karate Center, and I am your Mount Laurel martial arts guy. Thank you for spending this time. You guys have a great day.